Hello guys, my name is Anna and I'm from Ukraine, and in my daily videos I update you on real-life situation in my country since the start of this awful Russian invasion and until our glorious victory. I'm convinced of that, and if you're new to the channel and you want to witness our way to this joint victory of Ukraine and its allies, do subscribe. Plus we have a beautiful community of really smart people here. And today I've got a cold and some suntan. You can see that is the result of my brief trip to the lake, and I have a video on that yesterday. But today I want to speak about two important events that happened. The first one is night in Kyiv. Everyone survived and we've demonstrated what Ukrainian air defense is, and also a brief Euro tour of President Zelenskyy, which turned out to be very important and hopefully very successful. So first of all, I'm going to joke a little bit because in Kyiv there are no victims, and this allows me to turn on my sense of humor, because fans of Star Wars, you have to come and spend some time in Kyiv. It feels exactly like in that movie. There are lots of recordings of sounds people heard during this night, and this night was extremely dangerous, was extremely loud, but turned out to be a success for Ukrainian air defense systems, and of course with the support of the allies and help that you give us. But you see, we do not screw that, we demonstrate the results. And honestly, question number one to those who doubt maybe we should negotiate with Russia and so on: how can you negotiate with someone who targets 18 super missiles on your capital at night when your kids are in bed, when people are vulnerable and all of them are civilians? How do you explain this gesture of what? Just hatred and desire to erase Ukrainians. So you cannot negotiate with your murderers. They are doing it to spread panic in Ukrainian society and of course to kill us, but they fail both to kill us because we have good air defense, and second, because we don't feel fear. We didn't at the very beginning of this war. It was more a feeling of what to do next, a feeling of anger, a desire to support each other but not fear. And here, when we see how Russian missiles fail to target, how they spend millions and billions of dollars on instruments to kill us, and they are not able because we are well trained and we are supported with countries and people who give us instruments to stop these missiles from killing. Actually, think about what a good thing we are all doing. We are saving people's lives, and your governments and your taxes, they don't go just to support some unknown country. They stop mass murders. So you save people's lives. And I don't know what they explain to Russians, why they fail to target with missiles. For example, yesterday they used MiG planes to shoot their super, I have put down, hypersonic Kinzhal missiles, which they say are unstoppable, but all 6 of them were stopped, like 6 short and 6 stopped. So 6 of them were stopped. And also, in general, there were 18 missiles. Some of them were caliber, 9 caliber missiles targeted from the Black Sea. And that is the answer. Please never rent the territory of your independent country to a foreign navy if it's Russian. So we see that they use Black Sea as a platform for targeting Ukraine too. That's why Crimea needs to be liberated, not only because of this, but there's one more reason. And 3 were hit from the ground, and of course some Shaheds, traditional things. But all of this 18 missiles that Russia describes as unstoppable weapon were actually successfully stopped by Ukrainian armed forces. And people on Facebook, on Instagram, share sounds of these explosions, and I have it on my Instagram, by the way. You can subscribe, the description is below the video. Also, people thank Ukrainian armed forces, and all they feel is not panic or fear or anxiety, they feel pride. Okay, the night was difficult, people were hiding in corridors, people were hiding in bomb shelters, but they went out as winners, and Russian as orcs, losers, and miserable people who want to destroy everything on their way, but they fail in that, and that is our huge success. And now a couple of words about Zelenskyy and his Euro tour. I'm super grateful to the people of the countries who greeted him. It was the longest trip of his, and like, he did not leave Ukraine for that long, but it was important and it was successful. He visited our allies, our partners. He visited Germany, France, Italy, the United Kingdom, and Vatican. I will not say anything about the Pope, okay? I will not. At first, when he was elected, I liked him so much. He had this Argentinian background, and you know that my dad was born in Argentina, and I had some feelings, but now, oh my God. So, but I am very grateful that peoples of the countries that Zelenskyy visited made and continue making your politicians support us. This is very important, because in normal democratic countries, and we all belong to this normal democratic countries, politicians are led by people. Not like in Russia, people are led by politicians. And that's important, because like, politicians are never super good. You have to take so many things on the way to this top political positions. But if you are controlled by your people, if you feel the connection, if you feel the emotions, you react properly. So I'm very grateful that all of these political leaders in all of these countries promised to continue Ukrainian support and to give us some heavy weapons. And you see by this night in Kyiv how important is that. And you also see that we don't spoil the products you give us. We use them in the very best way, so we can be actually proud of each other, because it demonstrates how cooperation and mutual support can lead to mutual joint victory. And I very much believe in that, because speaking not just as a Ukrainian, I don't want to live in the world where Russia and Russia-style countries are ruling. And that will be a very, very bad anti-utopian world. And like, I don't know, I've read George Orwell's 1984 book, and it's a very talented text, but I hated reading it because the society and the realities are so miserable and disgusting. So I don't want Ruski Mir to spread on my country and on your countries too. And there is always a danger. So we have to stop such bullies, such terrorists, and we are doing a good job together. I have come across one joke on Facebook, or maybe it was not even a joke and a real conversation with Zelenskyy, when he was asked, do you have enough weapons for the counteroffensive? And he said, just a couple more trips and we will have more than we need. So if he is in your country, support him, because like, he is honestly working a lot. When I look at his face and at his photos, I realize how difficult it is for him, and that he definitely feels the pain and the strength of Ukrainian people. He's connected to us. There are many funny things happened to him. For example, he left his mobile with a charger in office, Chancellor Scholz's office. But I'm sure like, he keeps a lot of things in his head, and that is difficult. And also, I have come across one wish on Facebook, and I totally share it. A person was not wishing Russians to die, because we are not orcs, but he was wishing Moscovites just to experience the night Kyiv did today. But it was a bad night, but it turned out to be a good night, because despite the fact that many missiles stopped some of the broken parts, destroyed cars, and landed even in Kyiv Zoo, people might have been wounded, but no one was severely wounded and no one died. So Russians sent 18 super hypersonic and other stuff missiles, and we stopped them with your help. So when Zelenskyy is on tour, support him and speak to your people, speak to your politicians, speak to those who doubt. Because come on, even if you once loved Russia, you traveled to Russia, how can you explain these acts of violence and brutality they demonstrate daily? There is no explanation for targeting Kyiv at night. with hypersonic missiles. Thank you so much for your support. Be careful, there are sometimes scammers on my channel. I never invite you to chat on Telegram or on WhatsApp. There is my official email, and I never ask for money. I'm only grateful for coffees that you buy, and the link is below this video and it's official, and also for becoming my patrons. This means a lot because this helps to develop the channel, and I hope there are many beautiful and important things that I am able to tell the world. The aroma of lilac is fantastic, and spring is one of my favorite seasons because of flowers. I'm a flower addict, honestly, and even my cold and stuffed nose does not prevent me from feeling this beautiful smell. Thank you so much for being with me. Thank you for being friends. Slava Ukraini!